Hey, happy Thursday! I'm Clover Thursday, and welcome back to my channel. You know what day it is? It's someday in May, and you know what that means? Okay, what am I even saying? It's literally in the video title. We're drawing a mermaid for Mermay. I haven't really been keeping up with Mermay as a daily thing, mostly because daily drawing challenges are, surprise, challenging. But I really had an inkling to finish off some sketches of mermaids that I had in my sketchbook, so hooray! Like usual, we're starting off with a pencil sketch, knocking back the opacity and inking with a hard round brush on a new layer over top. And I did something I should have done ages ago. I really did. I have a drawing tablet. It's a Huan H460 or something or other, something like that. And I've noticed, after using it for quite a few months now, drawing with it just wasn't, inking digitally just wasn't as quick and kind of frustrating. So I tried to do something else because I was really just starting to get kind of at my wit's end. And I've tried the good old taping paper over tablet thing in the past, like with my old little baby Wacom and stuff, with like nominal success. But then I did a crazy thing, and I just tried it again. This time I used a really nice piece of sketch paper that, instead of like computer paper or whatever, and it made inking just so much easier, having an actual tooth to draw on and that resistance of the pen nib going across paper. And it just goes to show you the texture of your drawing surface is super important, whether it's on paper or a piece of tech. The surface you're drawing on helps you get the work done or creates the effect you're looking for. So I don't know, that was a kind of crazy thing, and it kind of blew my mind a little bit of just how much more control I felt like I had with having that extra resistance that I'm used to, or it was just more natural to like when I ink on paper. So really give that a try, and if at first you don't succeed, try again with different papers and see what kind of sticks. I'm still definitely going to like upgrade in the future, but I'm fighting a little less with my equipment, and that's always a good thing. But back to the drawing at hand. I had originally started out with the idea of, classic sailors. They always, had tattoos of mermaids or sirens on them, kind of pin-up-y and stuff. And lol, wouldn't it be funny if a mermaid had like a sailor tattoo on her? And also that was just the idea. Also, the banner on the tattoo says mermaid slave, according to Google Translate. I don't know, I thought to write it in French because I just thought it would fit the tattoo better and be kind of a fun thing. I wish I could speak more French, even though I'm Canadian. But yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to have it in French. But yeah, the tattoo was really fun to design, and just that dapper sailor, kind of vaguely pin-up-y, but still wanted to keep it kind of masculine in that sense. Like, I didn't want to just have that pinup shown in a strictly feminine way and just kind of making a male character conform to that. So I was just like, oh, let's make him like, kind of a pin-up-y sailor, but he's still very much kind of in a sailor man way. But yeah, it all started with that dumb tattoo idea, and then I don't know, it all just started with the tattoo idea, and then I don't know, I just wanted to draw that like sweet half shaved haircut, and the character just sort of emerged, and I really liked how she looked, and that's why I decided to take her out of my sketchbook and just sort of color her. And I'm kind of going with the technique of, coloring in grayscale, because originally I did want to go for a slightly more like painterly style and kind of ignore my line art a little bit. But later on, you see, I totally abandoned that. But but initially, that's what I wanted to do. But I started off with having the character you know, the whole silhouette done in gray, and I just used sort of the lasso tool and cleaned up areas just to fill in the shape, and then I did that for the hair, and then I also kind of separated that out a little bit for the tattoo, only a little bit though. I wasn't really going to put too much color on him. Yeah, but it was also really nice to get that gray in, just so you could also see just the negative shape and see if it actually like read how I wanted it to. But yeah, and then I'm just hashing in the basic shading, and again doing this on a grayscale level because this was a nice evening unwind after a long day sort of drawing, but I also didn't want to spend like a million trillion years on it, and doing your shading in grayscale is like makes things go by so much more quickly. And I've said this before, but it just makes you think in values and less in color, which can get confusing. And it's so much easier later on I do go back and add more shading because I just felt like the contrast wasn't enough between my lights and darks, at least not how I wanted it. And it was so nice to be able to switch off that color layer and just keep painting underneath, keep adding value underneath without worrying about undoing all these color subtleties I did. And again, I think I mentioned that I don't do Mermay, not mermaid, daily, and it's just that I wouldn't say that I'm like, I'm super busy all the time, because I really do sketch every day. I don't want that sort of ritual of sketching every day and practicing to kind of be, I don't want to say hindered by, you know, having to post a drawing up every day on the social medias, but I think that could be a kind of a real thing for a lot of artists. Of sometimes you're just like getting your creativity flowing, sometimes it almost hinders it because you're kind of trying to make work to a certain standard for people to see it. And honestly, I don't usually post every single day on my social medias, so even that in of itself is like a general little challenge for me. And I remember, I fell into this trap years ago when, doing Inktovers and stuff, and just thinking like, oh, like it's just not good enough to post, and worrying about it and stressing about it. And just sometimes it's good just to do things at your own pace. And if you're doing a drawing challenge and you're a daily drawing challenge and you're only posting once a week or every other day, then hey, that's still a lot more drawing, that's still a lot more working on that challenge. And don't kill yourself to try and post it every day, or even maybe not even post it, maybe post it all at the end. I don't know, that could be a suggestion, because I think almost performance anxiety can apply to a lot of artists nowadays, especially a lot of us are active on social media and have audiences that we want to regale with our visual storytelling, but sometimes it's just not a daily occurrence. So back to the coloring, as you can see, it was super easy. That color just went on instantaneously because I had clipped it onto the whole silhouette anyways, so I didn't even have to be neat about it. And with the tattoo, I'm actually working on blending modes, because one way to do tattoos, especially on kind of a slightly darker skin tone, like this character has a little bit of a deeper skin tone, your tattoos are generally not going to be, or they're going to be the same kind of value as the skin it's being drawn on, if not darker, just because skin is the surface, so it makes your tattoos, if you're drawing tattoos on a character, it makes it make a bit more sense to always keep your colors in that same value as the skin they're being drawn on, or darker. Most tattoos are never lighter, so that's just a nice way of making your tattoo seem a bit more believable than I did the same thing with the hair. And here I'm actually adding some color variation with a good old gradient tool. I love gradient tools. I I use them to kind of create that like shift and dynamism, I guess would be a good word, in it. And I also had another layer on top where I was just sort of, well, actually I think I did it right on the like the tan brown skin layer of just spraying in layers of the blue into her skin and kind of painting over that with color, again to add that color variation that I'm after without having to actually paint like those colors in with the value stuff without driving yourself crazy. And then it was just adding some lighting and cast shadows and again going in and fixing things. But I am very, very, very happy how she turned out. I think she's a cool character and a cool mermaid. Well, congrats on making it to the end of the video. What do you think of mermaids? Are they kind of, you know, overplayed out like unicorns? I know, controversial opinion. I still kind of like unicorns, but you know, they're a little passe. Or, you know, fight me down in the comments below. Or hit that like button if you do really like mermaids, or at least this one, because she's pretty badass. If you want to see more videos from me, feel free to binge watch stuff on my channel, and to subscribe and hit that bell to be told of a new video. I have a new video up every Thursday, so there's that. All my links to the social medias, my shop, my portfolio, Twitter, all that stuff are down below for you to lurk the crap out of me if you want to. Take care, guys. See you next week. Bye!